So the first story we're reading is one of my favourites. It's called The Bumblebear. I found this in a charity shop and my daughter absolutely loves it. We love reading The Bumblebear. Let's begin. Okay. Once there was a bear called Norman who loved honey. He really, really, really loved it. And he was always sad when it ran out. I don't blame him. But getting hold of more honey was always a bit tricky. If only I could be a bee, he sighed. I could have as much honey as I liked. You can see him here. He's being chased by a massive swarm of bees. That would terrify me. And then Norman had a quite amazing and brilliant idea. Light bulb moment, I think that's what we call it. I wonder if we're going to find out what his idea was. It was an ordinary morning at bee school. And we can see all our lovely little bees reading, playing, swinging, scootering, skipping. Hello, bees, said the Queen, who was in charge. We have a newbie at bee school today. Ooh, said the little bees. Everyone, say hello to, who do you think it's going to be? That's right, Norman. Hello, said Norman. Ooh, said the little bees. You can see he's quite a lot larger than the rest of them, isn't he? In fact, a lot larger. Aren't you a bit big? Asked Amelia, who was a rather clever little bee. I'm a special bee, said Norman. I come from a land far, far away called Giant Bee Land. Said Amelia. But then it was time for the lessons to start. Okay, we're going to find out what they do at bee school. So this is Norman's daily planner. Well, at 9 o'clock, they began the day with some painting. And then Norman joined in with buzzing practice. Can everyone do their best buzzing? Buzz, 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 buzz. Before everyone settled down for a snack. Sorry, for a nap, not for a snack, a nap. The bees showed him all sorts of games during playtime. And Norman was brilliant at waggly dancing. And then it was time to go home. Bee school is amazing, thought Norman. He couldn't wait to come back the next day. I'd find that quite exciting, to be honest. The next morning was even better. Norman was very good at finding smelly flowers. The bees really liked him. He was so funny and friendly, and he always tried his best. Even during flying lessons. He's definitely trying his best, but I'm not sure Norman's able to fly very well, and that's because we know, don't we, that he's actually a bear. After lunch, the bees learned how to chase away anyone who came after their honey, like spiders, mice, toads, or bears. Amelia still felt there was something a bit odd about Norman. She tried to work out what it was. Gasp! And she's reading a book here, and I think if we read it, we can see that it says, bears steal honey, smell bad, and roar lots. I wonder what Amelia has decided, what she found out. Amelia told the other bees what she'd found out, but they didn't believe her. Of course Norman's a bee, they said. Just look at him. He is not a bee, and I shall prove it, said Amelia. She took Norman to the secret honey store. Well, when he saw all that honey, Norman just couldn't help himself. Honey, 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 honey. Looks like he's in honey heaven. After all, he really, really, really loved honey. And there he is, tucking in. See, Norman isn't a bee. He's a bear, said Amelia. What? Gasped all the little bees. Said Norman. He was asked to leave bee school at once. And there he is, we can see he's leaving, he's taken off his costume. He's leaving bee school, and I don't know if you can see this, but he's got a little tear falling from his eye. He's really, really sad. I think he was enjoying himself. But he's not the only one who's sad. With Norman gone, things were very quiet at bee school. Norman was such a funny bee, sighed the bees. Norman was such a busy bee, sighed Amelia. Norman was a naughty bear, said the Queen, and bee school is no place for bears. But later that night, the bees heard a loud crash and a diabolical roar. Oh no, they cried, it's a bear! And this bear was big and nasty and trampled all over bee school. It grabbed the hive and started to shake it. The bees tumbled out in a panic. They tried to chase the bear away, but it was just too big and too bad. But then, oh, I can see somebody in the distance. I wonder who it's going to be. A fearsome, buzzing beast burst through the trees. Buzz! Eek! Squealed the bear. It's a giant bee! And he ran away as fast as it could. The bees were saved and Norman was a hero. They gave him a huge pot of honey and the Queen presented him with a special award. You definitely aren't a bee, said the Queen, but you are no ordinary bear. You are, I think, a bumblebear. And bumblebears were definitely allowed to go back to bee school. And here we can see Norman back in his costume, dressed as a bee, off to enjoy another day at bee school. Well, I think that is an absolutely wonderful story.